What up, guys? It's Rook here, drummer from Machine Gun Kelly, and you're listening to Sellouts, the podcast for MGK fans, by MGK fans, presented by Pink Fucks. Let's go!
Yeah, I fuck up and lose control, burn so many bridges, got nowhere to go. Welcome to another episode of Sellouts, the podcast for MGK fans, by MGK fans, presented by Pink Fucks. I'm your host, Mike Kyle, and today I'm joined by Dejure Harrell. Dejure, welcome to the podcast, my man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Dejure was somebody that applied to be on the show through the Facebook groups. If you want to be on the podcast, link for the application will be down below in the description. But Dejure, first things first, how did you become a fan of MGK?
Honestly, it's kind of a weird story because my friend, you know how like YouTube sometimes have like the bass boosted like sound?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he played, I believe it was Till I Die bass boosted. And so that just encouraged me to keep trying. Yeah. So that encouraged me to try out his music. But ironically, the friend does not like him. So he still makes jokes about me liking him.
Okay, so it sounds like, just from that, he is probably just into like a lot of like bass boosted music or tries to find like different remixes of that nature. Happened to find that one. Maybe he liked it, maybe he didn't. Regardless, there was something in him that said, hey, I should send this to Dejure, and then you actually kind of took the baton and started running with it further than he did.
Yeah, because, you know, I've heard him before, like Wild Boy, so decided to check out more music.
Yeah, and what year was that?
This was 2014, 2015.
Okay, so this was right around that general admission era. And has he just been like your favorite artist ever since, or somebody whose music you just really enjoy?
Oh, he's my favorite artist. You could ask anybody. I say he's the greatest artist to ever touch a microphone.
And why do you say that line specifically to people?
Say it again?
Why do you say that line, where he's the greatest artist to ever touch a microphone? Why do you say that?
Because the way I interpret the music is like, it's for everyone, which I think everyone stands together, like, catchphrase he uses. It's actually, like, genuine. Like, you can find something for everyone in his music.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of artists.
What are some examples of that? Because the thing that I say very similar things, and my example that I always go to is Bloom, for example. If you go through Bloom's track list, you can probably carve up 4 or 5 playlists based upon mood alone.
I got you. For me, like, Hotel Diablo is my favorite album. And I feel like that is what I consider a perfect album. Because you got your upbeat, you got your sad music, you got your love stories. That album has everything.
And what are some of your favorite songs off of Hotel Diablo? Obviously, we started off the podcast with Glass House, but what are some other songs that really resonate with you?
I like Burning Memories with Little Skies. That's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should make more music together.
Completely agree.
Him and Trippie Redd actually have like a good connection. I know they've done a couple songs together. But yeah, you also got Roulette. You got El Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
I even like the opening soundtrack where the lady says, "Welcome to Hotel Diablo."
Yeah, Sex Drive. Sex Drive's a really killer opener. It is.
Okay, forget about
Cool.
Hollywood Horror. That's a good album too.
No, you can't. Yeah, that was a great single when it came out. Was even better on the album. Love it, love it, love it. So, of all the things that we're kind of like talking about, we've spent a lot of time just like talking about like the music side of things. What are like the more like personal sides of like MGK that you really like? Whether it's like the style, the concerts, the message. What about it like resonates with you, and why you're able to stay a fan after 8+ years at this point?
Honestly, his concerts are like next to none. Because I went to his mainstream sellout tour, which is actually my first time seeing him like be the headliner. I've seen him in concert before, but the pure headliner was amazing. I don't know if you
What show did you see? What show did you see?
I saw
Where at?
the Iowa one.
Okay.
I had to travel there
Nice.
because he did come to the area, which is weird because he said that we have the best backstage.
Interesting.
Yeah, Norfolk.
Okay. So what about the show stood out to you?
The crowd engagement,
Mm-hmm. How
because
so?
he entered through the helicopter and then he landed in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like walking through the crowd while performing. And then while he got to the stage, he like talks to the crowd. So you can totally tell like it's not recorded, it's like actually him performing, which is the different aspect of concerts.
Yeah. So you said right, his concerts bar none, like compared to no, like in a tier of his own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you go to a lot of concerts? Like, what is it? Just like, oh, like this is completely different than anything else I've ever seen.
I've been to a couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of my favorite questions I like to ask people is, was there a song that you heard in concert that you're like, oh, this is so much better than actually hearing it on the album?
Yes. When he did Floor 13, which is a great song, I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
But him performing it is great. Especially we had like the
Next,
pyros.
next level.
Yeah, that song is
Yeah,
great live.
one of the, I think the two that really stand out to me in that way was Kiss, Kiss, and Maybe. Every time, I think I talked about this on a previous episode, every time Maybe comes on, like Shuffle or the playlist, I'm like, yeah, it's good, it's good. But then I listen to it live, and I'm like, oh, no, this is great, this is fantastic. So I think those are probably my one and two. On your application, you have something that's really unique and really interesting. I'd love to talk more about it if you're open to it.
Mm-hmm.
I asked if you have like a unique, MGK story, a little like a, I don't want to say like a fun fact, but like what's something unique to you? And you said that his music helps during the time of like losing eyesight. So
Yeah.
are you willing to kind of share and go into that a little bit for us?
Yeah, no problem. Um, okay, so I lost my vision June of 2019. So I think he released Hotel Diablo August, if I'm not mistaken.
July.
Oh,
July.
July.
So
Okay.
next month, but yes, same time period. It's fine.
Yeah. And like I said, the reason I consider that a perfect album is because he released that at the perfect time. Because you could just hear him like talk about his struggles. Although I can't relate to like the drug struggles, but it's still struggles nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just resonated with me because I literally waited to 12 o'clock at night when it came out and put in some headphones and listened to the whole album. It's like a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so what did that music mean for you like during that time of your own struggle?
It's like although everyone has their own struggles, like if you have the people around you to help you, you can get through it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's one of the reasons that we all really enjoy his music is because we do all have our own struggles, and he's so open and raw and honest about his own. That you're right. No matter what struggle you're going through, you can find a way to relate to somebody kind of going through a struggle of their own. So that's very cool and that's very special. I've never heard somebody kind of describe it that way before. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, it also reminds me of the "See My Tears" video,
Hmm.
where it says the guy was inspired by his music to walk.
Hmm.
I don't know if you remember that. Have you seen that?
Yep, I do. I do.
And I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
I
actually
can relate to that.
we're actually trying to get him on the podcast actually. So
Ooh,
little teaser, little teaser there.
exclusive.
Hmm. Absolutely, man. So let's kind of dive. I got some questions for you. Okay.
Nope.
So
No problem.
I normally do like 5 rapid fire MGK questions, but because you've been in this for a while, I want to actually do something else. I'm going to give you 2 songs off of the same album. You just got to tell me which one you like more, all right?
Okay.
Cool. Let's go. Let's start off mainstream sellout. Let's do drug dealer or A.
I like A. It's a great hype song.
Okay. Let's go tickets to my downfall. Let's do All I Know featuring Trippy or Nothing Inside featuring Ian Dior.
All I Know.
Okay. Going to Hotel Diablo. Let's make this tough on you. Okay, we're gonna make this tough. Let's do El Diablo or Floor 13.
Floor 13.
Yeah. Just especially hearing that live, that's the thing that really set it over the edge for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's 3. Let's go to general admission. Okay. Let's go with. I'm torn. I got a lot of options here. What if we did Alpha or Mega or Till I Die?
Ooh, those are hit big hitters.
That's right.
I like Till I Die. I like that one verse.
Okay. And then lastly, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up with Bloom. Okay. If we were to go with 27 or Habits, which song off Bloom?
27. I listened to that.
27. And it didn't have to think about it. Didn't have to think about it.
Once
cool,
you said
man.
27, I was like, yeah,
that's it. That's it. And that is normally how it goes. So maybe I should retire 27 from this segment because that always seems to be the answer that people give.
It's not even the song itself. That ending.
It's perfect. It's the perfect way to close an album. All right. Let's wrap it up with this. One final question for you. If somebody has never listened to an MGK song before, what's your pitch to get them to listen to one? Or what's a song that you recommend? Listen to this, and this is going to be your entry point into it all.
Oh, I do this all the time. Like my girlfriend, I had to do this. The song I got her to listen to was Gone off of General Admission.
And why did you pick that song?
That story.
One, like that's a deep, one that's a deep cut, and 2, like that's like I would not if I had to rank the songs as a soft entry. I don't think Gone would be on that list. So that's a deep one.
But it's a personal song.
Okay, there we go then.
And I feel like
so you just kind of.
If they can't relate to the personal, then I don't think it's like worth the try.
And there we have it. I like that. So maybe I'll start going with deeper cuts to start. Get people kind of hooked into that personal side of things. I like that a lot, Dejure. Well, man, thank you so much for being on the podcast. This was awesome.
Thank you. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll do part 2 at some point. I really want to just get like a list of people who we can just like come on every few months or so to share their new stories and experiences.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody else, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for listening. If you're listening on podcast platforms, do us a favor, leave a like, subscribe so you never miss another episode. And you can use promo code SELLOUTS at checkout at pinkfox.com to receive 10% off of your purchase. Thank you for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.